AFTV, where did it all go wrong today?
It kind of felt like we went in a time machine to 12 months ago. That felt like a Wenger performance. Felt flat, we were short of ideas. I'm looking at the team and going, where's the captain? Who's talking to the players going, this ain't good enough? We're 2-0 down at home. I didn't see enough fight in the performance today. And you have to say, it kind of looks like neglect at times, the way our squad is at the moment, because I'm not looking at other teams in the top 6 and seeing a centre midfielder play centre-back in such a big game. Do you know what I mean? Against
No one knows. When Tottenham came here the other day, didn't Dyer have to fill in at centre-back?
No, but he didn't start the game there because they played that Foyth and I think they played Vertonghen, and then they moved him when they changed things. And Dyer can play centre-back. I don't think anyone here thinks that Xhaka can play centre-back.
I hear what you're saying, though. I hear what you're saying, and we do have to look at the injuries, though.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I'll catch you now. But we do have to look at the injuries now. As I was saying earlier to someone, Mavropanos, he's out.
Yeah,
Holding out. Mustafi injured for this game. Yeah. That's already 3 centre-backs. Koscielny's only just come back. You know, that's 4 centre-backs. So you are literally, you've been stripped of everything. And then at right-back, you've got Lichtsteiner who's on the bench because he's had an injury in the last game, just coming back. You've got Bellerin out. And then on the left-hand side, you've got Monreal, who's only just come back from a long-term injury. And then the backup there, Kolasinac is out. So when we look on it like that, I mean, even City, if they had a lot of those into those sort of players, like we're talking about the double up in each position, even they might be struggling, and whether they put some, you know, back into centre-back position, I don't know, or bring through a young player, but it is a bit of a crisis, defensive crisis at the moment. And do we have to go out in January and get somebody?
We've definitely got to buy in January, but we've got a few games before then we need to worry about first. I remember a few years ago when Debuchy was first choice, and we put Bellerin in. He was a teenager at the time and he went to Dortmund. And I think with young players, it's kind of sink or swim sometimes. You've got to throw them in at the deep end, because you can't tell me that a 19-year-old centre-back, maybe that Medley, you can't tell me he's not a better centre-back than Xhaka.
Ainsley Maitland-Niles was thrown in today at right-back, and I've got to say, you know what I mean, I like him as a player, but he did sink today. He did sink.
My argument for him would be he got man of the match in the middle of the park at Old Trafford last year. He's not a right back, he's not a left back. He's kind of being used everywhere on the pitch. He played against Son today as well, who's one of the best wingers in the league, let's be honest. And Maitland-Niles has been out for a while. That's a bad situation for him to be in. I think sometimes you have to look at the circumstances. Koscielny's getting a lot of stick, but should he really be in the team this soon? It's an emergency, isn't it? We're having to like kind of chuck him in at the deep end, but it was disappointing today, you know, and the way they just turned us over, it felt like it was too easy. And the Mkhitaryan miss, I think in big games against big teams, you have to take big chances. That was a clear-cut chance, and you can't miss that. He scored 2 at the weekend. You would have expected him to put that away. And
can we bounce back? Big games coming up.
We can bounce back, because you would hope that we would beat Burnley at home, but that's going to be a tough game. You know, Tottenham only beat them in added-on time with their full-strength team. Well, I'm looking at certain areas of the team, and I think Aubameyang looks tired. I know people say he doesn't get criticised when he plays bad, but he's leading the line. I look at our team, and I think you should build your team around the strongest part of your team. I think the strongest part of our team is our front line. We've got 2 elite strikers. And to leave one on the bench and play one, I think, is a waste. When we had Giroud, we was crying out for a striker for years. We got 2 of them in one go, and we're benching one of them. I don't understand that. For 2 wingers who, at the moment, I know Kelechi is very defensive of Iwobi at the moment, but for me, overall, at this time, I don't think he should consistently be starting. I think he's a good player with potential who's improved this season, but compare him to the left wingers of the other top 6 teams in the league. Look at Mane, look at Martial, look at Sané, Sterling. Is Iwobi, is Mkhitaryan, are these guys doing enough at the moment? We lost Sanchez, who at the time was our best player. We got Mkhitaryan, and at this moment, that swap hasn't been a success for us or for them. He's not doing enough at the moment. He's a big player, 30 years old, and he's not doing enough. And I just think Emery's under a bit of pressure at the moment. I've backed him all season. I think he's a really good manager. I think he needs to go to the board now and say, I've kind of done all I can with the squad I've got. You've got to give me something in January.